is what do we do with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma?
If you want to come back to form, you are not going to get your form back sitting in the dressing room or sitting in the room or being with the family. You have to take the field. He was maybe overcautious. That must have played on his mind. I don't know what exactly has happened to Jasprit Bumrah. Electors don't feel happy when you drop someone. We do feel good when we pick a youngster. But
there have been various adjectives used to describe Sandeep Patil. Some said he was swashbuckling, some said his knocks were scintillating, some said he was flamboyant, some said he was solid. Today, he is not just a retired former cricketer or a former chairman of selectors or the former head of NCA. Sandeep Patil can also draw very well, and he is an excellent chef who can cook various items. I have not tasted. My taste buds are yet to explore Sandeep Patil's skills. But my first question would be, the Indian team that you watched in Australia, going by a chef's terminology, how do you describe them? Overcooked, undercooked, mirchi zyada tha, noon kam kya tha?
I think hota hai when you start cooking, be it a great chef or be it a beginner. You know, kabhi-kabhi upar niche hota hai, but you have to adjust. What is important in life as such, forget about cooking, forget about cricket, how you adjust, how quick you adapt and how you perform. That is very important.
No, so how do you describe their performance as a dish?
I think the dish which was served to us in Australia, I think was very hot.
Very hot.
Yeah, very hot. It should have been a little mild. It didn't go well with the, you know.
It was not good for the stomach.
It was not. I mean, we've seen the record. We have seen the way our team perform. But it happens. Sometimes hota hai. Kabhi kabhi, you know, you go to a top hotel, top restaurant. You're not totally satisfied. You know, part of the game.
You know, you have dealt with aging superstars. You had, as a selection committee chairman, you had to deal with Harbhajan, Gautam Gambhir, Yuvraj, and most importantly, Sachin Tendulkar. Now, the question that the nation wants to know is, what do we do with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma?
I think it's up to the selection committee, current selection committee, Ajit Agarkar and his fellow selectors. It will be wrong of me to say what should be done, because my term is over. It's, you know, long back, 10 years have gone past. What we did, and also let me tell you, Gautam, selectors don't feel happy when you drop someone. We do feel good when we pick a youngster, but we don't feel happy to drop someone. And especially when it comes to superstars, the guys who have, they have become legends, like, Sachin Tendulkar. You talk about Zair Khan, you talk about Yuvraj Singh, you talk about Virendra Sehwag, all these great players, But when you look at the way forward, you look at the calendar which is in front of you, say another 2-3 years, then you have to take certain calls, certain decisions. And as we all know, these decisions don't go well with the guys who get dropped. So again, it's part of the game, but you got to have a vision. You have to see, if you are given a responsibility to select a team for India, then you can't have your friends, that you have to break. You can't associate yourself with a player as a friend. You're talking about the Indian team, which is going to play against whoever team is going to visit or wherever we are going. Looking at the condition, looking at the form, looking at their fitness, the need of the team, whether the slots are open, and we all know that India has a fabulous bench strength. We have not just one but 2-3 guys lined up and waiting to take a place 1 to 11, apart from Bumrah, maybe Jasprit Bumrah. Otherwise, it's a pressure on side, and maybe this pressure has played a lot. A lot of talk has been going on after the series that he should be dropped and he should be picked and why he didn't play and why he played, why he was picked. All this happened when we don't do well, and it's not happened only this time. It has been happening not only with the Indian team, but it happens with all the team. And it's nothing new. But as a selector, which you asked me, as a ex-chief selection committee selector, I would say you shouldn't jump the gun. You shouldn't take, a hasty decision. After all, be it Virat Kohli, be it Rohit Sharma, they have performed so well over the decade. They are great players. You have to give them some time. Whether they should play, whether they should retire, it's their individual decision. Selectors can never ask any player to retire. Selectors can pick a player or selectors can drop a player with a reason. You have to reasoning out. Whenever we had taken this decision, we have had a word with these great players. Be it Sachin Tendulkar, be it Sehwag, be it Zahir Khan, be it Yuvraj Singh, be it Harbhajan Singh. I have had a word with Harbhajan Singh. Vikram Rathod, who was my fellow selector, he had a word with Virendra Sehwag. Me and Hans Paji, we had a word with Sachin Tendulkar to know what is the plan and for them also to know what selectors are thinking about them.
How did the conversations go?
It's never an easy conversation when you talk to such a senior, such a great, a legend player like Sachin Tendulkar. You're not comfortable. At the same time, the player who's you're talking, he is not comfortable. But then, as a selector, as a chief selector, that's your job. It's not that I feel it's great in talking to these players that what are your future plans. It's very awkward situation, but you have to deal with it. It's part and parcel of your responsibility. The BCCI has given you responsibility not to support players or not to drop players, but to pick players who are going to perform for the team India.
Has your relationship with Yuvraj or Sachin remained the same post your stint as the selection committee chairman?
No, unfortunately, no. That is the saddest part, in my the tenure as a chief selector. That was the saddest part because I was so friendly with all these guys when I was director at NCA, Bangalore National Cricket Academy. They used to be around, right through the year, whether they are in rehab or whether they are attending Indian team camp or whatever reason. So when you build these relations and suddenly when you become a chief selector and then you have to take certain decisions, you have to take certain calls, then it's very tough. But then that's your job. You've been assigned the responsibility to do a job for the Indian team, not for any individual cricketer.
I mean, someone like Sachin, he sort of, I remember his brother telling me about that he idolized you. I mean, while you played in the Kanga League, later on from Mumbai. And you sort of, Sachin also grew up in a way with you, Vengsaka, all these top guys. Are you still on SMS exchanging terms? I'll be very straight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, whenever I have text Sachin, he is immediately replied. But there are others who have I don't want to name, but they are not comfortable in replying, or whenever we meet, the pleasantries which used to be exchanged, that is missing, and I don't blame them. I absolutely don't blame them because it happened with me also. When I scored 100 in Pakistan, my second last test match, and then scored highest runs in both the innings in Delhi, my last test against England, and I got dropped. And I was not, happy with the selectors. And it is bound to happen. So I'm not surprised.
Did you stop speaking to those selectors, including Abedi? For a while?
Yes, for a while. Mr. Chandu Borde also there.
He was the chairman.
He was the chairman. And today I realize how difficult it is for the selectors to take a decision. So I was young, I was looking forward to my career, and similarly the players who got dropped during our tenure, they must be feeling the same. So I don't blame them.
I mean, in 1984, Sandeep Patil gets dropped for playing quote unquote a rash shot. In 2024, Rishabh Pant plays rash shot in both the innings. Sunil Gavaskar cries out, stupid, stupid, stupid. Yet he is persistent and he scores. Has the world changed?
I think world has changed, the game has changed, the style and technique has changed, everything has changed. Same Sunil Gavaskar, when me, Shrikant, Kirti, we used to play this, odd shots, we used to get bombed in the dressing room. Play straight, play on your strong points, and same Sunil Gavaskar today. I mean, it's really funny when I listen to Sunil saying that, oh, what a lovely scoop shot or a switch hit, my goodness, but I mean,
do you tease him about it?
Of course, I've asked him so many times that, ye kya hai? And he also says that time has changed. So similarly, you have to change with the time. You have to accept certain things. The bat and ball has remained the same, but there's so many things have changed. And you have to accept it.
In a way, were you ahead of your time?
I can't say that. That was my style. That was my plus point. Aggression was similarly. Krishnamurari Shrikant, he is the pioneer. Yeah. And then Jaya Surya and uska partner, opening partner
Kalu
Vitarna, they took over. But you can't say that we were ahead of time. That was my style. I enjoyed it and I have no regrets. I have absolutely no regrets today or no complaints for what happened to me. I am more interested when I was a coach. You talk about 3 T's, talent, temperament, technique. I talk about 3 C's. Cricketer, coach, cook. So time has changed and I have changed and I have accepted whatever has happened.
Coming back to Rohit and Virat, if you are again, please don the hat of the selection chairman committee. What would you tell them? Would you pick them for Champions Trophy, which is a white ball sport?
First of all, I will have a word with them. Okay. See, we always learn from school days till you reach Test cricket, going back to the drawing room.
Yes.
If you are faltered or if you are getting out similar way, time and again, then you have to discipline yourself. And it's not easy. Sachin Tendulkar could do that on Australia tour, if you remember.
Yes.
He was getting out to McGrath. Yeah. And he said to himself that I am not going to play cover drive. I am just allowing ball to, I'm going to just leave anything outside the option. But once he settled down, then he got his rhythm back, he got his confidence back and he scored 100. Unfortunately, Virat was, he was maybe overcautious. That must have played on his mind. That chodunga and then tuck.
This happened 9 times, which is not a fluke.
Yeah, it happens. That's why this game is such a, why we call it test cricket. It's a test of your character. It's a test of everything. Some fail, some, gain, some succeed. And Virat is not he is number 1 batsman in world of cricket. And if that happens with Virat, it can happen with anyone. But it's Virat now, it's up to him how to, go back to the drawing board. It is always, see, resting is not I'm totally against this resting, the word resting. If you are injured and if you are rested, fine, I accept. If you want to come back to form, you are not going to get your form back sitting in the dressing room or sitting in the room or being with the family. You have to take the field. Then only your form will come back. You only tell me, if you sit in the house and thinking that next test match I am going to score 100, you have to take the field, you have to hit the nets and rectify. Practice makes you perfect is not enough. Perfect practice makes you perfect. So perfect practice, Virat, Rohit, whoever else.
Must be Ranji Trophy.
Beat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Any game, you have to take the field. I'm not talking about international cricket only. I'm talking about domestic cricket. I'm talking about hitting the nets. I'm talking about club cricket. I'm talking about any damn cricket, but on the field. Go on the field, put your pads on, and take a fresh guard, start again.
Okay, I mean, what would be your Champions Trophy squad?
Difficult. See, we have just finished a series, test series.
Yes.
Now it's another format. There is a domestic tournament happening.
And 3 one-day matches against
Exactly. So very wrong. It will be very wrong of me to decide 15 or 20 players now. We don't know the fitness of Mohammad Shami.
Yes.
We consider him as a test bowler. What he did in the one-day tournament last World Cup was fabulous. So whether he's going to be available, there's so many issues. Whether Bumrah is going to be fit again. I don't know what exactly has happened to Jasprit Bumrah. He's been rested in 3 months out. This is what I heard. But there is no definite any line from BCCI or from NCA. So very difficult. I mean, I don't know the composition because Surya is leading the team. Surya Kumar Yadav. He was ODI captain. He has done well. Shreyas Iyer has come back to form. There are so many guys lined up. Shubman Gill didn't have a great series, but he's a great future, player.
I mean, Shubman Gill, your teammate Srikanth says that he's highly overrated. He averages outside Asia, I think, about 18 or 20. Overall, test average 35. Yet, in white ball cricket, one day, he's 58. How do you describe a player like that?
See, every individual has a right to comment. Every individual agrees or disagrees. What Chika has said, but his version. He's
What is your version?
I think he has tremendous talent. Shubman Gill, I have not met him personally, but I have watched him. I have watched his innings. It's tremendous talent. And you cannot ignore talent. See, form is temporary. Class is permanent, and these guys have class. All the, not only the 15 which went on the Australian tour, but there are maybe other 15 waiting to take the place. So it's a tough job for Ajit Agarkar and his colleagues. I think Virat, Kohli and Rohit Sharma, they are senior, they are great players. They will decide their fate. They will decide Indian cricket's fate.
But the selectors must know what they are thinking.
Selectors must have, definitely they must have talked about this. It's not that, Ajit Agarkar is very happy today that Rohit Sharma has failed and Virat Kohli has failed. He must have spent sleepless nights, which I also did at times.
Thank you so much, Sandeep Patil. It was a truly freewheeling Sandeep Patil interview. Thank you once again.
As always.